A very good morning, Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim Yong, Minister for Trade and Industry, Professor Tan Chor Chuan, Permanent Secretary for National Research and Development and Chairman of A-Star, Mr. Sian Wee, Chairman of the NUS Board of Trustees, Professor Eng Chye, NUS President, our Excellencies, we have a few ambassadors, Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, Dr. Sian Wee, NUS, Senior Vice President of Innovation and Enterprise, and of course, many familiar friends, faces from across the startup ecosystem. It's so good to see all of you today. Thank you for making time to be here to grace the opening of the IQ building. My name is Ro May, and it's my absolute pleasure to be your MC for the day. Just pardon me, I'm going to stand up here because I'm a little short and petite, so you can see me better. Well, if you look around the room, can you take a look? It is pretty much full capacity and we still have people coming in. It does not look like it, but we have 300 people here just this morning. And they include ambassadors, friends from our diplomatic corps from around the world, lots of partners, esteemed partners from across government, corporate, academia, and of course, many friendly, familiar faces from across the startup ecosystem. How many of you took a flight to be here today? You came from overseas. Wow, look at that. Thank you so much. A special shout out to those of you that have really traveled near and far to be here today. This is really a landmark occasion, and in fact, it's part of the larger backdrop of activities happening throughout the year to celebrate NUS's 120th grand anniversary throughout the year. But really, coming back to this building that we're at, it was designed to be a launchpad for innovation and impact, and it has 5 levels. Throughout it, you will see a lot of collaboration spaces, ample meeting rooms that are gorgeous, state-of-the-art, and lots of incubation hubs. 5 levels, and we want to invite you over lunchtime to especially take time to tarry at levels 2 and 3. So on level 3, you will see NUS affiliated startups. On level 2, you will get to meet spin-offs and teams from our National Green Program featuring AI, robotics, biotech, sustainability, advanced physical sciences. In total, more than 60 plus NUS affiliated startups. They're super excited to meet you. They have told me, please do shout outs for us. So I'm doing my job for them. So please stop by, say hi to them later on. And quick show of hands, how many of you are staying back to the afternoon program? Great, you are in for a treat. We have 3 innovation tracks: Future Logic, AI robotics software, Future Nano, advanced physical sciences, Future Pulse, healthcare innovations, culminating in reverse pitching. What does that mean? Instead of startups and founders sweating and pitching to VCs, we're going to turn the tables. VCs will pitch to scientists and founders instead. So if you got a ticket, please make sure to show up. You're one of the lucky ones. Well, in case you can't tell, we have a full day jam-packed with intellectual goodies for you, and I'm sure we're all raring to go. So without further ado, it is my immense pleasure to invite NUS President, Professor Eng Chye, up on stage for his opening remarks. Professor Tan, please.
Mr. Gan Kim Yong, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Trade and Industry, Professor Tan Chor Chuan, Permanent Secretary for National Research and Development and Chairman of A-Star, Mr. Sian Wee, Chairman of the NUS Board of Trustees and NUS Trustees, Your Excellencies and members of the Diplomatic Corps, startup founders, partners, colleagues and friends. Good morning and welcome to the launch of NUS IQ building. To our overseas guests and speakers, thank you for traveling here to join us on this very special occasion. The I3 building marks a new chapter in the NUS innovation and entrepreneurship journey. Designed as a launchpad, it features collaborative spaces, incubation hubs, and offices across 5 levels. Level 2 and 3, as mentioned, will house NUS affiliated startups and our student entrepreneurs, turning bold ideas into breakthrough solutions. Today, we are celebrating more than a renewed space. NUS is also reaffirming our deep and evolving role in Singapore's innovation story and our growing impact on the global stage. Now, over the past 2 decades, beyond developing entrepreneurial talents and also bringing ventures from Singapore to the world, we have built an enduring innovation culture, one that brings together bright minds, bold ideas, as well as courage to shape the future. As we mark the institution's 120th anniversary, innovation and enterprise are not just what NUS does, but who we are. In this rapidly evolving landscape, we must be innovative across education, research, R&D, and also administration, striving to be a global engine of innovation that inspires and also deliver impact. Now, building on this foundation, NUS Enterprise is now ready to make the next leap by first strengthening the capabilities, platforms, and also infrastructure at NUS and in Singapore. And 2, expanding our reach through strategic partnerships within and also beyond Singapore. Now, on the infrastructure front, new facilities are being developed to support deep tech ventures. I'm pleased to share that the National Graduate Research Innovation Program, or National GRID, the teams and other deep tech ventures, both local and international, can now apply to the new National GRID Labs. And housed on the NUS campus, these labs offer specialized facilities and also comprehensive prototyping services that will speed up the development of solutions. Let us take a look at the National GRID Lab in this coming video.
Labs transform Singapore's cutting-edge research into globally scalable ventures, driving deep tech innovation and creating solutions with the potential to improve 1 billion lives.
It's about giving deep tech founders everything they need in one place. We offer ready-to-use facilities, technical expertise, and strategic guidance, bridging the gap from prototype to product.
As a startup, we need specialized equipment, clean rooms, high-power electrical systems, and flexible space that reconfigures as we grow. Plus on-site technical support to understand complex equipment, and 24/7 access for iterative cycles. National GRID Laboratories delivers everything right in the heart of the innovation district, close to universities, tech companies, and our potential customers.
So the showcase today will feature the first cohort of 21 National GRID teams from NUS and NTU, who have actually received strong mentorship and market validation. They are now ready to turn lab research into globally competitive, market-ready ventures across AI, health technology, sustainability, and more. Now, facilities like the National GRID Labs are critical infrastructure, but it is also the ingenuity of our researchers and faculty that drives groundbreaking ideas. Today, we would like to shine a spotlight on the inaugural winners of the NUS Innovation and Venture Creation Awards. Now, these awards recognize and support the commercialization of research by NUS faculty and researchers. We are delighted to honor innovators like Professor Eric Chan, who will be conferred the Provost Innovation Chair Professor Award. Eric led a research team to develop and improve pharmaceutical drug for atrial fibrillation, a serious heart rhythm disorder that can lead to heart failure, early mortality, and also stroke. Now, through modifying the chemical structure of dronedarone, his new drug reduces side effects and could improve the outcomes for over 35 million patients worldwide. Following from Eric and other award winners, I hope that more faculty and researchers at NUS will challenge themselves to transform research into real-world solutions. Do avail yourself to the support at NUS Enterprise. We'll help you navigate the commercialization journey. Beyond our home ground, NUS Enterprise is extending our global reach through new partnerships. Now, these collaborations keep NUS and Singapore at the forefront of emerging fields like AI and quantum technologies, while also creating opportunities for innovators to access new markets and resources. An example is the AI Accelerate program, launched by NUS Enterprise through our Block 71 in collaboration with Microsoft. And this accelerates early-stage AI startups in Asia. Its first 2 runs have supported 36 startups, and applications for the 3rd run opened in October this year. We encourage aspiring founders to come forward with your new ideas and technologies. NUS also seeks to bridge innovation ecosystems across borders. Block 71 Japan, with offices in Nagoya and Tokyo, connects Southeast Asia startups to the Japanese market and helps Japanese startups expand overseas. Tapping into Japan's strong research base, which offers huge opportunities for deep tech ventures, we are launching 3 initiatives. 1, the PhD Discovery Program. 2, a localized grid with Kyoto University. And 3, our new partnership with Toyota Gosai. So in closing, I would like to reiterate that NUS is committed to building a strong, deep, and thriving innovation ecosystem. Together with our partners in government, in academia, in venture capital and industry, we will continue to nurture and strengthen the pipeline of successful ventures. So on this note, I invite everyone to explore this revitalized space at i3. Connect with our startups and discover what is possible when we innovate together. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Tan. Indeed, with the National Grid Labs, the AI Accelerate program with Microsoft, as well as the 3 initiatives with Block 71 Japan, I think it's all summed up in the phrase you said, which I like very much, that NUS is innovation and enterprise is not just what NUS does, but is what you are. That's the heart and spirit of the entire university. And with that, it is now my immense pleasure and honor to invite our guest of honor, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Trade and Industry, Mr. Gan Kim Yong, on stage for his opening address.
Mr. Sia Fu Hua, Chairman of the NUS Board of Trustees, Professor Eng Chye, President of NUS, Professor Tan Chor Chuan, Permanent Secretary for National Research and Development and Chairman of A-STAR, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, It's always very exciting to be in the midst of so many great brains and great minds. It is indeed my privilege to join you today for the opening of the NUS iCube building as part of NUS's 120th anniversary celebrations. NUS has been an important partner in Singapore's development, nurturing generations of skilled graduates, anchoring world-class research, and helping to seed new industries that are critical to our economic competitiveness. And today, the opening of this building is yet another step forward in this journey. When Singapore became independent 60 years ago, we faced many uncertainties, many challenges, and with little resources. But we knew that if we invested in our people, in education and research, we would give ourselves the best chance to succeed. And that was what we did. Over the past 6 decades, we built up our schools and universities, trained teachers and researchers, and supported our students to go further in science, technology, and new areas of knowledge. These steady investments have become one of Singapore's enduring competitive strengths. They allowed us to attract industries that valued skills and discipline, from electronics in the 1970s to pharmaceuticals and biomedical sciences in the 2000s. Our strong base of scientific knowledge has also enabled Singapore to transform our economy, move into higher value-added activities such as advanced manufacturing and new technologies, and create good jobs for our people. To fully unlock the value of research, we must apply it to solve problems, to meet real needs in society, and to capture opportunities. This is where innovation comes in, turning an idea into something practical and useful. Under its Graduate Research Innovation Program, GRIP, launched in 2018, NUS had taken the lead to help its researchers take their ideas to the market. One success story is iLytics. iLytics worked with PentaOcean, a global construction and civil engineering company, to deploy their flagship AI-enabled video analytics solution, iLISA, on a live construction project last month. This enabled the company to demonstrate its ability to deliver real-time insights into machinery and vehicle movements. iLytics has since secured commercial contracts with PentaOcean in the construction of Changi Airport Terminal 5. At NTU, the Lean Launchpad program has similarly equipped teams of researchers and students to test business models and sharpen their market readiness. Together, the NUS Group and NTU Lean Launchpad programs had successfully incubated over 400 startup teams and close to 160 spin-offs. Earlier this year, we launched the National Graduate Research Innovation Program, or National GRIP, to integrate both incubator programs. I'm glad to share that there are many promising startups among the inaugural cohort of National GRIP. One of them is Aeroflux. Aeroflux has developed a novel membrane material that reduces the cost of carbon capture by up to 80% and its carbon footprint by up to 90% compared to the traditional technologies. Through the National GRIP, we target to train 300 startup teams by 2028 and nurture over 150 spin-offs by 2030. The iCube building is designed to facilitate this process by offering incubation support and mentorship and providing an open and collaborative space where researchers, students, and industry partners can come together to experiment, prototype, and co-create. In addition to innovators, we want to cultivate entrepreneurs, people who are willing to take the leap of faith to turn prototypes and products into products, projects into companies, and ideas into successful businesses. This is never easy, not least at the time when venture capital funding is diminishing. NUS's recent launch of the new venture capital program is therefore a timely initiative to fill this gap. especially for startups who need support to move beyond the proof of concept to commercial markets. By working through venture capital firms with experience in early-stage deep tech investments, the program will support high-potential ventures within the NUS ecosystem, including those from the national grid to scale up effectively. Besides capital, entrepreneurs will also benefit from the exposure to global innovation ecosystem. NUS Block 71 network enables the entrepreneurs to connect with markets and investors, not just in Singapore, but also in Silicon Valley, Tokyo, Suzhou, and beyond. Enterprise SG's Global Innovation Alliance, or GIA, also supports this objective. Through its connections with 24 major innovation hubs around the world, the GIA connects our startups and entrepreneurs with those overseas. This will help them scale into regional and global markets. These initiatives will enrich Singapore's innovation ecosystem by plugging our researchers and entrepreneurs into global flows of ideas, talent, and markets. This way, we can give our entrepreneurs a good chance to grow, take their ideas global, and succeed. Last but not least, we must aim to translate entrepreneurship into enterprise. We want startups to be able to grow into good enterprises, good companies that deliver products and services at scale and create good jobs and opportunities for Singapore and Singaporeans. Our investments in research, innovation, and enterprise, RIE, activities reflect our intent at bringing research and innovation full circle so that they may grow our economy and benefit our society. We have consistently invested about 1% of our GDP to support RIE activities, with about $28 billion committed for the current RIE 2025 plan. We announced earlier this year that we would launch 2 new programs in our RIE 2030 plan. The RIE flagships to push for value creation in key economic sectors such as semiconductors, and the RIE Grand Challenges to address national strategic priorities such as healthy and successful longevity. We will announce more details later this year when we unveil our RIE 2030 plans. The iCube building can play a critical role in accelerating the process from research to innovation and innovation to enterprise by creating a conducive environment for our researchers, innovators, and entrepreneurs to collaborate, test, and scale their ideas. We must keep planning and investing in education and research so that we can raise the quality of our human capital, develop our people to the fullest, and stay globally competitive. Congratulations once again to NUS and NUS Enterprise on this important milestone. I hope that the iCube building will be a place where research connects with the real needs, where innovation becomes enterprise, and where Singapore can continue to grow as a hub for ideas and opportunities. And I look forward to seeing many more stories of innovation and enterprise emerging from here and contributing to the next chapter of the Singapore story. Thank you.
Thank you, DPM Gan. Indeed, I think the celebration of this building today and the very international community gathered here is a testament to our steady investments and how that has paid off handsomely. Well, with that, I'd like to invite Dr. Sian Wee, NUS Senior Vice President of Innovation and Enterprise, on stage to say a few words. Dr. Tan, please.
Mr. Gan Kim Yong, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Trade and Industry, Professor Tan Chaw Chuan, Permanent Secretary for National Research and Development and Chairman of A-STAR, Mr. Sian Hua, Chairman of the NUS Board of Trustees, Professor Eng Chye, President of NUS, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. Good morning and a most warm welcome. It is a privilege to stand before you at the opening of the revitalized iCube building, the new nucleus of innovation at NUS. I would like to take this opportunity to recognize and thank my team, whose dedication and hard work, especially over this weekend, made today's event possible. We are also deeply honored to be joined by our national leaders, university leadership, and esteemed members of the diplomatic community. To our ambassadors, His Excellency Hiroshi Ishikawa from Japan, yokoso. His Excellency Anders Sjöberg from Sweden, välkommen. His Excellency Jamal Abdullah Al Sawaidi from the United Arab Emirates, ahlan wa sahlan. And also His Excellency Eliyahu Vered Hazan from Israel, Baruch haba. A heartfelt welcome to you all. Your presence reflects the international spirit of collaboration that drives innovation forward. I believe that working hard for something that we love is called passion. Today, this gathering is proof of that passion for innovation, for entrepreneurship, and for the future. This year marks the third decade of NUS Enterprise. When I took up this role, I asked myself, how do we build on this legacy that's been given to us and multiply its impact for the future generations? So we set ourselves 3 infinite games. Firstly, to nurture the finest talent. Secondly, to provide an ecosystem that empowers entrepreneurs to realize their ideas. And thirdly, to scale ventures through world-class venture building and investment. Together, these goals form our NUS Enterprise flywheel, a dynamic cycle where talent, research, capital, and entrepreneurship continually reinforce each other. At its core, this is not about building companies for their own sake. It's about igniting ambition, translating ideas into real-world change, and shaping ventures that leave a legacy, ventures that matter not just for NUS, not just for Singapore, but for the world. Education is the foundation of all innovation. That is why we launched last Friday the NUS Stanford Ketan Foundation Launchpad, a $2 million collaboration that enables our students to work in global teams, guided by faculty from Stanford, as well as industry partners such as Meta and Venture Corporation. Together, they will co-create and prototype solutions to real-world challenges. At the entrance of this building, you can see the early fruits of that ambition. The Formula SAE team built an electric race car ranked in the global top 10. Team Bumblebee also leads the world in autonomous maritime robotics. I'm very happy, I'm actually overjoyed that my mentors at Stanford from 30 years ago are here to help our students as they once helped me. So I wouldn't be here talking to you without their help. So I'd like to ask Dr. George Toy, Professor Mark Kutkowski, and Professor Usama Khatib to please stand. But education alone is not enough. Startups need the right environment, networks, and platforms. And that is why NUS created the Block 71 and vertical initiatives in AI, healthcare, sustainability, and cyber. These provide the mentors, partners, and markets to turn bold ideas into companies that scale. So today, with the opening of this building, we are reimagining NUS Enterprise to achieve even greater impact. Education and ecosystem building will remain anchored within the university, while venture building, technology transfer, and investing will be consolidated into dedicated entities with the capacity to scale globally. This structure gives us sharper focus, greater agility, stronger partnerships with industry and government. Now, scaling also requires capital, talent, and global reach. So today, I'm delighted to announce that the NUS VC program of 150 million Singapore dollars expands with new partnerships with Singapore Growth Capital, the investment platform of the Economic Development Board of Singapore, as well as Enterprise Singapore, and Lotus One Investment, the investment arm of the K-Town Foundation. These partnerships go beyond funding. They connect NUS Ventures to global capital, networks, and expertise, while ensuring that profits are reinvested back into education and entrepreneurship, so that every success today that we do helps seed the innovations of tomorrow. So I'd like to ask Singapore Growth Capital and Lotus One, could I also trouble you to stand, please? Thank you. And this is just the start. In 2026, our first outpost in Silicon Valley will open, followed by other global locations. These outposts will embed NUS Ventures in global innovation hubs, giving them access to top-tier VCs, markets, and talent from day one. Our audacious goal, what we term internally as the 3 1s, are clear. At least one NUS venture generating over $100 million in annual revenues or creating 1,000 jobs, $1 billion in financial returns from NUS and ventures that collectively improve the lives of 1 billion people. This is not a distant aspiration, but a 10-year journey already currently in motion, made possible by the vision and support of our board of trustees that are here with us. The IQ building is itself designed to power this journey. It will anchor 3 innovation tracks: logic, matter, and pulse, that bring together AI and software, physical sciences and semiconductors, as well as healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, the IQ building is not just a place. It is a launchpad for ambition, a hub for talent, and a beacon of what Singapore can contribute to the world. Let us all pursue this journey together, shaping ventures that transform industries and leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. So I'd like to thank you all, and may today not only be an opening for this building, but the start of new ideas, new ventures, and new collaborations. Enjoy the day and enjoy your time here at the heart of innovation at NUS. We'd like to ask SGGC and Lotus One to come on stage for a photo, please.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for, the official opening of the IQ building. But first, a look back through a short video. Indeed, what an impressive transformation the building has gone through, and that's what awaits you later on. Well, it is not my pleasure. Indeed, super impressive. Take some time to tour it later on. It is now my pleasure to invite on stage Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim Yong, Mr. Sia Fu Hua, Chairman of the NUS Board of Trustees, Professor Eng Chye, NUS President, Professor Aaron Tien, NUS Deputy President of Academic Affairs and Provost, Dr. Sian Wee, NUS Senior Vice President of Innovation and Enterprise, and Associate Professor Benjamin T, Vice President of Innovation and Enterprise at NUS Enterprise. So here is what's gonna go down, and I need all of your help for this. Dry run first, okay? We're not doing it for real yet. So everybody is gonna be part of this. We're gonna count down from 3, 2, 1, and then they're gonna put their hands, our VIPs will put their hands on that palm gesture here. So it'll be 3, 2, 1, press down, and everyone shouts, iCube. So everyone on it? 3, 2, 1, boom, iCube. And we want this dramatic blast and takeoff, okay? We're gonna take off to new heights. I'm torching my VVIPs a little. All good? Is everyone ready? Because we're gonna launch for real. All right, for real, in 3, 2, 1, iCube! And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have now officially opened the iCube building, a new home where ideas take shape and ventures take flight. We will now gather for a photo taking. We stand to the left and right of the central structure. That's lovely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You've all been part of making history here today. Lovely pictures. There was an explosive blast, wasn't it, to usher in the building. Well, do you want another photo? Nope, I think that's it, unless we want a fun shot. Well, thank you so much, distinguished guests. You may now return to your seats. And thank you so much. You have all been part of literally making history today and being part of this momentous milestone. We'll record this in our memories in time to come. Now, even as we just celebrated the official opening of the building, we recognize that while physical infrastructure like this building we're in provides critical physical infrastructure to support and accelerate innovation, we all know that what truly drives innovation are people. Ask any VC here worth their salt and they'll tell you it's always about investing in the people. And so today, the people that we want to recognize are our faculty and our researchers whose tenacity, grit, passion, we talked about not giving up, that's what brings ideas into reality. And so as Professor Eng Chye mentioned earlier, we'll be launching the inaugural NUS Innovation and Venture Creation Awards, or NUS IVC Awards today. And they're meant to recognize faculty and researchers to support them with a 2-year grant with a translational research, and that comes with guidance from NUS Enterprise as well. So without further ado, we are going to be giving 3 categories of NUS IVC Awards today, and we're going to start with the Innovation Fellow Award. May I now invite on stage Professor Aaron Tien, NUS Deputy President of Academic Affairs and Provost, to give out the first category of awards. Now, the 4 winners of the inaugural Innovation Fellow Award, and this is given to early stage postdoctoral fellows. They will each receive $80,000 per year for 2 years, and they are Dr. Zhang Jingyun from the College of Design and Engineering. Apologies for that. Let's give them a good round of applause. Congratulations, Dr. Zhang. Next, we have Dr. Chen Wei-dong, also from the College of Design and Engineering. And next up, Dr. Fabian Hielman, again from the College of Design and Engineering. Wow, there's something going on in the air that CDE is breathing. Congratulations. And now we have Dr. Chitralekha Gupta from the School of Computing. Congratulations, Dr. Gupta. Thank you, Professor Thien, and congratulations again, awardees. Our second category of awards is the Provost Innovation Chair Professor Award. May I now invite Professor Eng Chye up on stage for this second category of awards. Now, this award is given to full-time faculty with some track record in research translation. And the 3 award winners who will each receive $150,000 each year for 2 years are Associate Professor Feng Mengling from the Saw Swee Hock School of Public Health. He's unfortunately unable to be here today, so collecting the award on his behalf is Dr. He Kai. Congratulations. Next, we have Associate Professor Mike Zheng Shou from the School of Computing. Congratulations, Prof. Mike. And last but not least, we have Professor Eric Chan Chun Yong from the Faculty of Science. He was also mentioned in Prof. Tan's speech earlier. Congratulations, Professor, for your work in AFib. Thank you, Prof. Tan, and congratulations again, awardees. And finally, the most prestigious of all the 3 categories we're giving today, the President Venture Creation Chair Professor Award. Now, are you all ready? And this award, for this, I would like to invite DPM Gan Kim Yong up on stage to give out this very prestigious award. Wow, we're all excited on his behalf. And the inaugural President's Venture Creation Chair Professor Award goes to none other than Professor Dario Campana of the Yong Lin School of Medicine. He will be receiving well-deserved applause indeed, and he will be receiving $250,000 per year for 2 years to support his strong translational research. Congratulations, Prof. Dario. And now we would like to, if the DPM and Prof. Dario can stay on, we would now like to invite Chairman NUS Board of Trustees, Professor Tan, Professor Sian, Dr. Tan, Associate Prof. Ben T back on stage for a group photo taking along with all our award winners. We'll form 2 rows with our VIPs in the second row. So once again, you are looking at the inaugural award winners of the NUS Innovation and Venture Creation Awards, NUS IVC. Amazing feat meant to support research, translation, and commercialization.